Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we all go out, and this, we all have fire drills. This is the first time where like the fire department shows up. Usually we never had a firefighter, so it was never we never saw a response.
Right.
So we're all standing outside. We had to go to the back of the building, so we all had to go to the football field. So we're not even going to our normal school. Had just started. Buses are still showing up. Like there's some buses, like kids, like first period just started. So we are not going to where we normally go. They're like, everybody go to the football seat. Like, go to the football field. So they all heard us in there. We're all standing around and we're waiting. So now everybody's like, this is not a fire drill. Like, something's going on. So word starts like trickling around, like, there's a bomb. Like, people just making up stuff. Somebody died. There's all this stuff going on. And so, but it's freezing outside. It is freezing cold outside. So they're like, all right, everybody go to the gym because it's freezing. It's literally like, when I say freezing, it's like winter. So they take some of the kids and some of us go to the gym, some of the other kids go to the cafeteria, but they tell all of us like, walk quietly, like don't run. And we're all kind of like, what? Bro, we're hours in the gym. Can't go to the bathroom. Long story short, me and my friends are like, we're leaving. We're out. Like, kids just start walking out of the building, like because they're like, we can't go anywhere. We can't, and there's no instructions. And this is before cell phones. Like, nobody had a cell phone. So we're like,
Oh yeah.
we just leave. Like, so kids starts walking out. Kids they're leaving. Like, kids are leaving. Kids are doing like, because there's no real order or as war. So me and my friends, we leave, and so we walk home from Bowie High School. Yeah. Why? So my parents don't know we walked home. We tell my parents later, like, word slowly trickles out that there's some event at Bowie High School. It's not like today, internet and all that. So it finds out on the news. We told my parents, like, there was something happened to school. We don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. So the news truck is at the school. And they're like doing a news feed. They're like, live here from Bowie High School, where apparently there was a bomb placed. And my parents are like, what? There's a bomb placed in the boys' bathroom, and blah, blah, blah. And so we're like, I'm trying to tell you. And who shows up on the news feed? Me, walking with my friends, because I got this big coat. I had a Nike coat. It had a big Nike check on the back, huge. Like, and it was like a gold brownish color. And so me and my friends are walking, and I don't think anything of it. Walking, and my mom, she's looking at TV. She just looks at me. I'm like, oh dang. She's like, how did you get home? It's like, so we've been standing in the school for a long time. And my mom looks at my older brother. He's a senior. She's like, where were you? How come you didn't get your brother? He's like, I stayed at the school. I was looking for him all day, and then the bus came, so I got on the bus. And I'm like, where's my brother? No cell phone. My mom was like, I was on camera skipping school. Like, first time I ever skipped school, and I got caught on camera. And it ended up being a real bomb. I'll tell you, the kid who said they were going to be in the school tomorrow, he's the kid who made the bombs in the boys' bathroom just so we couldn't have school. Like, so we
But
didn't have school.
he didn't like set a timer on it. It just was in there.
It was a legit bomb, but like there was no fuse connected to it. So he went, this is the first era of internet. So he went on whatever search bomb making. He basically made a pipe bomb and just put it in his book bag and sat it on the toilet, or set it on in the stall. And he's like, eventually somebody find it and we won't have school. So he was just doing it to like get out of school. He did it ended up doing it 3 times before they caught him. But I never correlated it was him. He never said anything, because then the next day we went to school, they put the letter out with all that. And like, he never said, like, I told y'all we weren't gonna have school. Like, it never even clicked. Like, it was,
Oh yeah.
he never said anything. So what ended up happening, he did it again. And then this time when they did it, they took the bomb and they blew it up in the football field. Like, they took, like, the robot came and they took it and they detonated in the football field. It was a little crater, well, not a huge crater, but like
Big
about the
enough.
size of a bucket crater in the field. And so what happened, again, we didn't know it was him. Like, it happened, and then all these bomb threats were being called in because kids started, like, they would call in, they would go to the payphone, an old school thing. They had them in the school. They would go to the payphone and say, no, a bomb threat. There's a bomb or whatever. And we all had to leave the school and this whole ordeal, search the whole building. It was craziness. What ended up happening was one day the fire marshal shows up to my house, knocking on the door. And they're like, do you have a son who attends Bowie High? Yeah, we got 2 sons. Do you have a son, Dion Bolt? Yes. Dion, come down. I kind of stare. I could come trot down the stairs, and I go to the front door. I'm like there's a police, fire marshal, and they're like, son, we need to talk to you. Mom, dad, can you be present? We want you present too. And I'm like, oh, I have no idea. I'm sitting down, and they're like, start asking me questions. And they start asking me questions about the kid who sat behind me. Like, do you know so-and-so? I'm like, yeah, he's in my English class. They're like, okay, did he ever tell you anything? And I'm like, no, like, I'm trying to remember. I'm like,
Yeah.
one day he said this, and like, he say anything else to you? Say anything? I'm like, no, like, he didn't say. So long story short, he ended up telling other kids about it, and then they got in trouble for not reporting that that's what he was doing, and like craziness. I'm like so glad he didn't tell me nothing. The only thing I remember he ever saying was, "We ain't gonna have school," because I wasn't really friends. Like he was just in my class.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a PG moment. That's a crazy moment. That was crazy ninth
That's
grade
crazy.
year and all that happening. But yeah, that happened.
Man,
Kid
that's
behind me,
crazy.
English class, making bombs and bringing them to school.
Yeah, really quick. Last one. We can go through this. This is great, but man, I went to Wise High School again. Like my oldest brother Trevor was the manager at Carolina Kitchen in the Boulevard when the Boulevard was popping. The Boulevard is no longer popping.
Nope.
The only thing that's operating in the Boulevard now is the Magic Johnson Theater, which happens to be one of the most ghetto fabulous places that you can go watch a movie.
It is.
Just that's what my parents said. Y'all go to Bowie, but y'all go to the Dude, I've only seen one movie, the Magic Theater, and I live in Largo.
We only go during the day. You never went at night.
No, never went. My dad was like, "Oh no, we're not coming here anymore." And they charge crazy prices for everything.
Yeah.
So we didn't go. But my brother worked right next door to it, the Carolina Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And man, this is 10th grade. I have a math teacher, right?
Okay.
Named Miss Hall. And Miss Hall married now, so shout out to Miss Hall. But one day I walk into class and she's in the, I'm talking about, this is when she had a little overhead, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I'm still in that generation where that's a thing. Like, they didn't really advance to the smart board, so I got like a senior into college. So she had a little projector in the overhead, right? And she's in the middle of her lesson. This is like Algebra 2 trig or something. Yeah. And like in the middle of the lesson, she stops, looks at me, right? And says, Charlie, I was like, so I'm like in the back too. Like, I'm like, I kind of stick my head out like, yeah. Like I thought I was doing something I was supposed to do. She was like, she looked at me for a second and then she was like, you got a brother named Trevor who work at Carolina Kitchen, don't you? And everybody in the class turned to me like, what's your brother Miss Hall doing, bro? Like, and I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my goodness, you look just like him. And everybody was like, bro, what was that? And then she continued on with the lesson.
Okay.
Like nothing happened. And I'm just like, so I called my brother as soon as I get out of class. I'm like, hey, bro, what you doing? What's going on, man? Like, he was like, man, I'm telling you. But I just like, stuff like that. That's happened in the middle of class. We're like in the middle of an intense lesson here. And I suck at math. So I'm really focused.
Right, yeah.
I'm thinking I'm in trouble. And she's like, oh, I know your brother. I'm like, what? Is this the time for that? Like, can you pull me aside after class? She did it in front of everybody, and I caught it for that, man. Like, everybody thought that my brother was dating Miss Hall or whatnot.
Right.
I was like, listen, this is
you know where she going to lunch today?
only MPG, dog. Oh, yeah.
There's so many more stories. We could go on and on and on.
Yeah.
But that's a glimpse into some of the stuff we experienced growing up in PG County.
Right.
Plenty of other stories. Trust me, plenty of other stories. All right, but as we wrap this up, we got our transition trial. Our last segment is 2 wrongs, 2 rights. Shep has no idea what I'm going to talk about, but
can't wait.
I need you to be the judge, Shep.
Okay.
2 wrongs, 2 rights.
Let's do it.
So like I said, we've been remodeling our family room. I'm putting all the stuff back now. We finally put all the stuff back. And so we moved, me and my brother, my younger brother comes by to help me move some of the heavier stuff. Me and my younger sons can't help me, like the couch and the entertainment center. So we moved to the entertainment center, and so we went from carpet to wood floors. And so we need, on the couches and on the entertainment center, we need to put the felt pieces on the bottom of the furniture so it doesn't scratch it, right? So I forgot to get my brother to help me. So I'm like, dang it. Well, I'll lift up, just lift one side up, and then I'll have my sons just stick them on the corners. So I'm prepping that. So I get all the felt pieces. I'm about to lift it up, and so I go to lift up the entertainment center, and as I put my hands further underneath it, so I can clear the corners. So me and my brother carried it in. I carried just on the corner. I grabbed the corner, carried it in. But now I'm grabbing like wider, so I'm not covering the corners, so they're exposed. So as I put my hands further underneath the entertainment center to pick it up, I feel some boxes underneath the entertainment center, and I'm like, "What in the world are these boxes?" And so I lift it up further, and underneath, like in the alcove or the cutout of the entertainment center, the hollow part of it, before, so it has like the foot pieces, and it's like long board, so it's covered, you can't see it. And then the shelf. So in that negative space, there's boxes like taped up inside. And we didn't buy this brand new. This was like given to us. It was given to my dad, and then when my parents had it, they decided to put their stuff on the wall mount their TV, so they didn't need an entertainment console anymore. So we still have a stand. So then my dad gave it to us. So I'm like, I can fill these boxes up in the void space. I'm like, there's boxes under here. And my wife is like, no, there's not. I'm like, there's boxes taped up inside this. I can feel them. And she's like, lift it up higher. So she comes over, I lift it up higher, and legit, there's these boxes taped up inside. And I'm like, I wonder what's in these boxes. And she's like, me too. My son's like, me too. Like, maybe there's money. Maybe like there could be somebody who used this as like a stash house kind of deal.
Oh, my goodness.
Right? And so I'm still holding it. I'm like, well, get the scissors. Like, somebody get the scissors. We cut this tape out. So my son, when he runs, gets the scissors, he's running back, and he's like trying to reach the tape, and he can't, like, he's not getting it or whatever. And my wife's like, let me do it. She's like, let me do it. So I'm holding it. She grabs the scissors, and she cuts the tape. And when she cuts the tape, bro, the box falls slam on her finger. Like, wham! And I'm still holding it. Say again?
It was a heavy box?
It was we had no idea how heavy it was because it was all taped up.
Goodness.
And it's like super heavy.
Yeah.
And it falls right on the tip of her finger, like right on the tip of her middle finger. And I'm holding it, and she gets up and she just screams. And I'm like, oh my dang. Like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, are you okay? And I'm still holding it up. Are you okay? And she like takes her finger, and she just shows us, she's like does that, like shows me her finger, and it's just swelling, like turning black and blue swelling. I'm like, oh damn. All right. So there is the background. So here's the two wrongs, two rights. It wasn't about that. So she goes in the kitchen, and she is trying to put ice on her finger. She's running cold water on it, and she is trying to keep her composure, right? But it's hurting. She's screaming. She's now screaming. My young son, he's getting worked up. My older son come running out, like, what's going on? And like, so I'm like, okay, I set the thing down. I go check on her. Like, at first I'm like, oh, maybe it wasn't too bad. But as she's like, the pain's really setting in, I can tell like this is bad. So I go in there. I'm like, are you all right? And she's like, she's now yelling, my finger. And I'm like, okay. So I was an EMT firefighter. And so I have some basic, EMS skills. So I'm like, she showed me, she's like, don't touch it. I'm like, I'm not going to touch it. But she's like, she's up here. Like, she's like level 10, 11. She's on one. And I'm like, I'm trying to keep her calm, right? And so I know this, Jeff. You got to tell me if I'm wrong or right. I know that telling your wife to calm down is not, it's not. I know this before I even say it, bro. I know that's not a good phrase. But I'm literally trying to, like, I can't assess anything because she is on 12. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, love, you need to, I'm like trying not to say it, but I'm like, calm down. And of course, she's like, don't tell me to calm down. That did not just fall on your finger. I'm like, I know, but I can't, I'm trying to assess it and I can't really. And then the boys are like, they're like, what's going on? I'm like, okay, guys, mom hurt her finger and just leave because you're adding to it. And so she's like, it's hurting. I'm like, I know it's hurting. So now I'm trying to, like, I'm matching her. Like, I know it's hurting, but is it like broken off? Like, is it hanging off? Like, I need to assess it. And I can't, if you won't calm down. She's like, if you tell me to calm down one more time. And then now in my head, I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, don't go there, Diane. Like, don't go there. I know she's hurting. I know she's in pain. And so I start feeling some kind of way because she is responding to me in a way that